Today will be an atom bomb UFO disclosure news day. There are multiple news events that are slated to happen today, and I want to cover them for you. Let's call today Disclosure Ween. First up, we have the director of the upcoming, highly anticipated documentary, The Age of Disclosure, appearing on Real Time with Bill Maher. Friday, at Bill Maher welcomes at Age of Disclosure director and producer Dan Farah. Let's see what some people on UFO Twitter are saying about The Age of Disclosure in general and his appearance on Real Time with Bill Maher today. Joe Murgia wrote, "This will help spread the word. Just the beginning. Where will it lead? I don't know." Daniel Miller wrote, "Regardless of what some with an axe to grind on here may say, Age of Disclosure will move the needle on public awareness and engagement. Do not underestimate the power of moving the Overton window and progress being made." Next up, George Knapp announced we're going to get a new Jim Lacatski interview. The last one was on October 17th, 2023, on him and Jeremy Corbell's podcast, Weaponized. Here's George Knapp announcing his interview with Dr. Jim Lacatski that will air today. Dr. Jim Lacatski managed the largest acknowledged UFO investigation ever funded by the U.S. government. He gave me his first interview in 2 years. Excerpts will air Friday, October 31st at 6 p.m. on KLAS TV and will later be posted on 8 News Now's website and on YouTube. A longer interview with Jim Lacatski is coming next week. And here is filmmaker James Fox responding. "Can't wait to see what he can say." I want to give you a brief review of how big a deal it is that we're getting a new Dr. Jim Lacatski interview today. And I'll do that by sharing a tweet and a clip from Jeremy Corbell that he posted right when the first interview was published. From October 2023, Jeremy Corbell wrote, "UFO atom bomb was dropped on Weaponized. Dr. James Lacatski admitted on record and confirmed, 1. The U.S. government has a UFO in its possession. 2. That we have an exploitation program to attempt to reverse engineer it. 3. That we were able to get inside it, penetrating the hole. This is direct and first-hand eyewitness testimony on record. This is exactly what AARO is supposed to be doing instead of obfuscating to the American public. Put that in your pipe and smoke it." Now let's play that clip.
Is you're officially allowed to tell us that the United States government has in its possession a craft of unknown origin and you were able to access the inside. Is that correct?
The wording that you read is correct. You're going beyond the wording.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you, did that meeting happen? And is it true? And it's true.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you're telling us, you told us because you were allowed to tell us that our government has a UFO in its possession and has been able to access the inside of it, right?
Yes.
Merrick von Rennenkamp, who regularly contributes opinion pieces to The Hill, wrote the following on Twitter. "Momentum building. Never before has a U.S. Vice President and Secretary of State stated openly they are fascinated by UAP. At the same time, Age of Disclosure, directed by Dan Farah, is set to appear on At Real Time with Bill Maher. While Dr. Beatrice Villarreal scientific work makes waves." He's referencing Dr. Beatrice's scientific work of objects having been captured through photography, as I understand it, in near-Earth orbit prior to Sputnik, the first satellite going into near-Earth orbit. So the implication is these objects could be of scientific or technological origin. Let's go deeper into Merrick von Rennenkamp's mention of sitting Vice President J.D. Vance. To give you some context, on October 1st this year, he was on the Ruthless podcast, and he said that he's obsessed with UFOs and that during the August recess, he wants to get to the bottom of what's going on regarding this enigma. J.D. Vance has subsequently made new comments about UFOs on October 29th on the podcast 1 with columnist Miranda Devine. Let's play that clip that UAP James provided on X, and then I'll give you my commentary.
One last question about UFOs. So I'm a mad UFO lunatic
Me
as
too.
well.
Yeah.
So, and you said, I think the Ruthless podcast, that you were going to, in August, you were going to figure out what happened. So have you
That was a little tongue in cheek. I have not figured it out yet. I haven't had the time to figure it out yet.
But you've got access to all this.
I do.
Classified.
And I really want to sort of dig into it. You know, Marco's actually very interested in this too. We talked about this we talked about this back in our Senate days. So yeah, there's certainly an interest there. There's certainly an intrigue, but I haven't yet had the time to really dig in. Things have been so busy, but this is the crazy person inside of me. And there's, all of us put the tinfoil hat on from time to time. I was like, I can't allow myself to become so busy that I spend the next 3 years and I don't get to the bottom of this. So I will get to the bottom of this, but it's going to take me a little time.
Because Tulsi Gabbard says that she believes there are aliens. Do you believe that?
I don't, it's interesting. I wouldn't say that I do or don't believe it. I mean, I'm a big believer that there are things out there that we can't explain. And so if another person sees an alien, maybe I see an angel or a demon. So I'm a big believer that there are like spiritual forces working on the physical world that a lot of us don't see and a lot of us don't understand and a lot of us don't appreciate. But, is it aliens or is it our guardian angel, or is it aliens or is it a not so guardian force that doesn't care about us or in fact actively wishes us harm? I don't know the answer to that question. What I try to do is I try to say my prayers. I try to be as good of a person as I can be, and I try to do a good job, and hopefully that's all I need to do.
Really interesting that right off the bat, he said that he's adamant about getting to the bottom of the UFO enigma. Now, that's fantastic. This demonstrates that what he said in early August wasn't just a whim. He's dead serious. And we have the Age of Disclosure coming out in about 21 days. I suspect he'll watch it. I suspect most government officials will watch it, considering people such as the former director of national intelligence, Jim Clapper, will be in it, and other high-level government officials, sitting senators and so forth. It's going to make waves, I think, in Washington. So he'll be among those in the U.S. government that will watch it. And this will give him even more education on the significance of this issue. Now, he said something really interesting. He said, if another person sees an alien, maybe I see an angel or a demon. But here's the thing. High-level ex-officials like former Colonel Carl Nell and David Grush and others, people who have had high-level clearances, worked in the U.S. government, have been unanimous on the claim that there is a sub-rosa Cold War among nations to figure out how these non-human intelligence technologies work so that they can have an advantage militarily. That doesn't sound a whole lot like angels or demons to me. That sounds more like something else. Which brings me to a tweet that I wrote very recently. I stated, every religion will want to claim UFOs as bolstering their theology, but what if these phenomena exist totally outside it? Can we entertain that as a real possibility? In a post-disclosure world, after UFO confirmation, which I believe will happen in our lifetimes, it is going to open a wellspring of discussion about spirituality. And that will be one of the great positivities of entering a post-disclosure world. What is the nature of reality? Why are we here? Just learning about these entities engaging our world will trigger that conversation. And I don't want to be dogmatic or closed-minded. I want to give everyone room to explore this new, challenging phase of human evolution. So if someone wants to believe that their scripture outlines exactly who or what these consciousnesses are, have at it. But what I will do is I will say, you know, I'm open to you being right, but are you open to me being right? That maybe these non-human intelligences simply have nothing to do with scripture and just exist totally outside its bounds. I'm hopeful that a post-disclosure world will make us all more open-minded and less dogmatic, because I think that's healthier. Because ultimately, these are questions we don't have definitive answers to, so why should we commit to any particular explanation? Please don't forget to subscribe. If you'd like to support this channel, you become a patron, you can become a YouTube member, you can give me a one-time donation. All these potentialities can be accessed in the description box below, or you can just slap a like on this bad boy. And I'll appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.